Qigong. Of course, my name is Jared, Holden Qigong teacher, and I'm going for a walk here this morning. It's pretty beautiful, very nice, and thought I'd go live here. My goal is to go live more often, if not every day, but I have to be honest, guys, I'm not the most social person, and some days I just don't feel like going live, but we'll figure it out. I wanted to go live today and just kind of ramble, talk about things. Um, Something I've been trying to do is while I'm walking out here, I had this opportunity, of course. Look at this again, guys. It's so nice. I have this opportunity to enjoy this beach, the nature here. Yesterday was raining quite a lot, so um, I spent the day indoors working on my working on that Felice Qigong Elevate app. That felt really good. I felt like I tightened up the design. Um, I added the calendar function, which felt really good. So now, you guys, when you're in the app and you're doing your weekly and daily Qigong practice, or you're going through the 7-day Qigong challenge, if you signed up for that recently, if you're um, looking to schedule, kind of make up your own Qigong schedule with the routines in there, you can. So that feels really good to add that functionality to the app. And also, I think it made the app look better. I tightened up um, the icons, the layout, and I've been going through all the videos because when I first started building the app, I didn't really have a good understanding of. Oh, look at this! That's so nice, eh? Very nice. Yeah, when I first started working on it, I didn't have a good understanding of what the layout should look like or what they shouldn't look like, and I feel like one of the challenges too when you just start building something is you might build it wrong and then you have to go back and unbuild it. So that's kind of what I've been doing is going back and fixing a lot of my content and the layout of my app. I think it looks a lot better. It's getting smoother. I think I've got it basically where I want it. There's probably still some kinks and things to fix. Guys, look at how beautiful it is here. I'm actually going to show you behind me. Look at this. Oh, so nice. Hello, everyone. Jared from Effortless Qigong here. I want to show you guys this too. I feel like, especially if you guys are in the city and stuff, you might not be able to see how beautiful it is in nature sometimes. Check it out. That's so nice. I actually like to come here and meditate by this little stream. Just kind of take it in. Beautiful wall. It's very nice. I try to stay away from it though. I feel like it's always collapsing. Hello, guys, my friends and brothers and sisters from around the world. Hope you're doing well wherever you are. I just want to show you some beautiful, peaceful nature here. So nice. And I like the way the waves come in. It's so nice here. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a little walk with you guys this morning, and then I'm gonna work on some qigong routines. I've been enjoying walking here the last couple of weeks while I have the opportunity to be here. Flying my drone, getting some nice shots, and I think it's a good day. It's been too windy to really film out here because I bought a new camera, and the wind will. I learned pretty quickly the wind can blow that thing over, and I don't want to waste all that money I spent on this nice camera. So, um, I've been kind of waiting for the rain and the wind and everything to work out, but I think today's the day. I think I'm going to film. I'm working on the 5-day Qigong for tranquility and less stress journey. That's going to be added to the Elevate app here once I get it done. Also, guys, I've got a new routine coming up probably today or tomorrow, which is a 15-minute routine I filmed as part of a test as I'm testing out my gear, and it's a qigong routine for less stress. So it's got a lot of good stretches, breathing exercises, really good for clearing stress. A nice flow at the end. Man, this is so cool up here. You can hear like this, all these neat little birds that kind of search along the beach. I can hear them chirping up there. So nice. Yeah. So that's what I'm working on, and well, it feels good. You know, I feel like every day. One of the things I really like about my life is that I'm always trying to learn and to grow, and I'm definitely far from perfect. I think all of us have things we'd like to change or improve, but I think when we have that mindset that every day is a good day to grow, to learn, to let go of the past, and to commit to a brighter future, that that life becomes a lot more beautiful because we have this this human experience that we're all part of, and it comes with so many challenges and so many lessons that I think it's easy to get beat down by the way reality is. But I think that if we look at human history, we know that humans are so resilient and are so capable of overcoming the worst and the most challenging things in life. And from that, taking those lessons and making the world a better place. And I think all of us can do that for ourselves, for our families and our communities, and in our own way, you know. And even if it's a big thing or a small thing, I think that's something worth getting excited about. So beautiful here. Now this wall is really cool, but it's shale, so it's nice. But I never want to get too close to it because I can see it's falling down. You can see all the little rocks here piling down. I actually see a section here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's like a gap. It's gonna fall down soon. You don't want to be close to that when that happens. Actually, I was flying I have a DJI Neo drone. It's a little tiny drone, and I don't know, it wasn't flying properly to begin with, and then I gave it the wrong command, and it went over the water here a couple of days ago, and it fell into the ocean. So I lost my little drone, but someone did find it. I guess it washed up like a couple kilometers away, but it's toast. But luckily, I still have my new DJI Lito drone, which is so amazing. I don't know if you guys have ever flown a drone before, but it's beautiful. It's a lot of fun. You get to see, reality from a new perspective, and yeah, it's very nice. We get some dark clouds and stuff, but no, I think it's gonna be a good day to film some qigong routines. Thanks for coming for a walk with me, guys. It's so nice out here. The ground is kind of cool too. We got all these like nice little pebbles. Let's see if we can like look at that. I see people here like to walk along the beach, and they look for, I don't know, they look for gemstones or shells. You can see a lot of older people here just walking around with their heads down, picking up little rocks and stuff, which can be a fun thing to do in itself. Definitely when I was younger and I was a kid, I could spend hours on the beach. I grew up near the ocean, so hours on the beach looking at shells and rocks and jumping around and climbing things. I think as we get older, it can be easy to start to not appreciate the beauty of life and the subtle things. Like even just the way this rock has these sort of these ripples in it. Maybe you can't see it so well on the camera, but um, I don't know. Appreciating the small things can be beautiful. And I think it's hard too in the age of social media to appreciate small things because we get so overstimulated by all these shorts that every platform has to have now for some reason. Um, that it can make us not even appreciate, small things like conversations or spending time with our family or reading a good book or journaling, spending time to ourselves, admiring nature, streams, lakes, or the beauty of our cities. We can spend all day on our phones and then we wonder why we feel so tired and stressed and depressed, but it's because we're just staring at a bunch of pixels getting dopamine hits. And I fall into this too. We all do. It's the age we're in. But that's why I think practice like mindfulness is so important that we unplug every day intentionally and sit with our minds and our thoughts and our awareness. We tune into ourselves, get to know ourselves better. Um, I just feel like there's so much, like for inner cultivation, especially. That's great. Yeah. Excuse wall. So nice. We have these trees just hanging over the edge over here. Probably gonna fall down one day. But yeah, one of my big concerns about the age of the internet is that there's gonna be a lot of people that go through their entire lives on social media. And wouldn't it be a shame if like our minds and our hearts and our consciousness could be cultivated in such a way that life could be so beautiful, but our phones are keeping us from that. Um, Not that they're bad by themselves, but just because we're using so much time on them in ways that aren't growing us. And sorry, there's a bit of wind, guys. You might not be able to hear me that well, but that's why for me, like, I took this idea of building a life purpose pretty seriously the last couple years. And for me, it's Qigong and mindfulness, breath work, sharing that with people because I think it's so powerful when people move their bodies in new ways and stretch and their stress, tune into their energy, changed my life. Uh, and I think these practices, like Qigong, especially mindfulness, meditation, Qigong has got like a 3,000-year-old history and it's been handed on verbally or through texts, ancient texts. Uh, and it's only in the modern age now that we can film it and we can stream it and you can actually purchase, like I've purchased so many workshops from Holden Qigong that I review and I watch again and again and I practice over and over again. But in the past, if you were to like train with a Qigong master, you'd have to spend months with them because if they show you a technique once, the wall starts to crumple over there. They show you a technique once, you could only do it that one time, and then if you didn't catch it, if you didn't remember everything, you probably would never get to know that technique. And so for me, that's why I want to commit my life to building out effortless Qigong Elevate and my YouTube channel to share these practices because um, And there's plenty of other Qigong teachers doing the same thing, right? Like, I'm not the only person, but I wanna be a part of that because I believe these practices can help a lot of people because, stress and tension and all these things are in our minds and in our bodies. That's why it's so important to move in a variety of ways to clear stress on a regular basis. We all know exercise is good for us, but we might underestimate the different types of exercise that exist. And you know, lifting weights is good, but so is moving the body slowly. Like when I teach one-on-one lessons with people, it's not qigong is not easy. You do an hour qigong practice. You might not be like breathing hard and sweating at the end, but to do the movement correctly is not always easy. But also, you know, a common mistake, I'm gonna make some shorts about this, but a common mistake I think people have is that they think like in Tai Chi, you're really trying to drill down the form and the sequence and so many minute little fixes to do. And I think on the surface, people can get caught up in Tai Chi or Qigong on the movements looking perfect. But what really matters is the energy flow. It's how the blood's flowing. It's your state of mind, your intention. So there's a lot deeper layers than just doing the flow correctly. But that being said, getting feedback on the flows, on the movements can be really useful too. And I know that my one-on-one students have told me that it's one thing to practice videos online, but when you're actually like getting feedback from someone over Zoom, that can make a big difference for people. So that's something that I recognize. It's fun. So it's something I'm trying to work on too, like filming these routines outdoors is there's a lot you got to think about because you get the time of day. It's actually pretty nice here. But yeah, you got like the time of day, and then you got the direction of the sun. All these factors that go into play when you're filming routines. And it's one of these little birds I was talking about. Where is he? You see him? Probably not gonna let me get close. No, there he is. The bird is going. Bird doesn't like to be filmed. But yeah. So yeah, I'm going to set up. I'm gonna film a routine. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I feel like the way I want to structure my channel is like my lives can be pretty casual. I'll get better at providing value on them, but also just time to hang out. And then shorts are going to be clips from my routines as well as specific shorts showing you guys useful little tips and tricks. And then my long form content is going to be mostly routines, but I do have some planned videos just to kind of share a bit more about the practice. Um, but it takes time, what with one person doing all these things is not as easy as a team of people because like every creative decision is has to be my own. I mean, I use artificial intelligence to help me leverage my creativity, but I don't rely on it either. Like, but I recognize that as one person, uh, having AI as an assistant is really useful. And in the future, I plan on getting a virtual assistant. But yeah, all right, it's time to film some routines. Thanks for hanging out. Goodbye.